Greetings. I'm in the beginning stages of a free roll satellite from which 10 people will win $22 tickets into a satellite of which 3 people will win tickets into the April Millions. The first prize of that tournament is $1 million and there's $10 million up for grabs in prize money. Pretty amazing that you can win that sort of money from the comfort of your home and that someone will win that kind of money from the comfort of their home. So I'd like a crack at that. Okay, I've got a jack. That's a nice start. I'm looking pretty good here. Yes, nice. So it's a rebuy tournament. I haven't had to rebuy at this stage. Started off with $1,000. The blinds are going up every 3 minutes. Okay, you just see me move to another table. That happens a lot of the time in these free rolls. Okay, I've got a bottom end pair on the big blind. I'm not going to call any raises on that. That's not good. And we'll move on. Definitely wasn't a hand I wanted to be spending money on from the button. There's no way I was going to win that. And there's no way I'm going to win that one. Excuse the bleeps. I'm using Pokertracker4 here, and that's what this is, heads up display. It allows me to get information on the other people I'm playing against. The catch is that in a fast moving tournament like this, where you get moved from one table to another frequently, is that you often don't get to play against other players long enough to really get good information. As you'll hopefully see, you do often get 15, 20 hands on a player before you move on. And in a tournament like this, based on where you're at in the tournament, that can already be quite a lot of useful information. Why? Because in a rebuy tournament, people are going to either play the normal game or they're going to be rash trying to double up quickly and risk having to rebuy when you're only paying 27 cents for a rebuy for 5,000 chips, $5,000 in chips. You discount the value of those chips pretty easily. The good thing about that is that you can be playing against people that are playing a very loose aggressive style, going with virtually any hand and not being too worried about it. So this person, for example, can quite happily buy in for 27 cents and appear on another table. So yes, I'm going to call it suited connector. So I'm currently sitting about midway out of 561 players. I haven't had a rebuy. Blinds are creeping up pretty quickly, but the rebuys are such that no, I'm dominated there. I can very easily get to 5,000 in chips just by going all in and losing. Kind of ironic, you can lose but end up with more chips than you had before because we start off with $1,000 in chips. That's the Sunday million that we're talking about. That's pretty good, isn't it? So I want to be one of them. And hopefully at the end of this video, you'll see me make the first step in winning a seat in the $22 satellite for the millions. I think that tournament goes over 2 days. Pretty intensive and pretty exciting, even just to be part of it. So first of all, we need to get there. If you don't have a heads-up display, this thing here, you need to, and hopefully you'll see why. Because of the information you can get about the other players, and also other players are getting information on you. The statistics in that heads-up display are totally configurable, so you can have virtually any statistic that's potentially achievable. I'm going to max that and find out whether I have to do a rebuy or not. Okay, so I've got the 2 pair, yeah, I'm good. Okay, so I don't have to rebuy, and I've got more chips than I would have had if I did have to rebuy, so that's kind of nice. My phone's buzzing. Okay, so I'm not calling that. Sorry, I was momentarily distracted there. So I'm sitting on 5,000. I'm in the top half of the remaining players, 437 players. Blinds are about to go up to 300, 600, and very quickly you'll see that even with a minimum bet, the antes make for a lot of money, and not everyone thinks about that. Pokertracker4 is collecting information for me so I can get a better idea of who I'm playing against. So this person, for example, I've only got 9 hands on them. They've played 3 out of 4 hands, and I can see there they played with Queen 7 off, limped and called a raise. So there must have been something that gave them hope that they were going to do well, but they didn't on the flop, and this time they've made it. So the information that I'm collecting on the HUD that I've configured is the VPIP, that's these first two. So that's the number of times that a player had the opportunity to play a hand not counting the small blind or the big blind. So for me, that's 1 in 4. That's about average. That's good. This person's playing 3 out of 4. That's not good. That's what I call a calling station. But they're not raising. I've raised roughly 1 in 11 hands, which is not a lot, but I'm not just sitting back and watching it. You don't get a good read on people, small number of hands. In an ideal world, in cash games, for example, where I've just been learning a lot more about the heads-up display from Sky Matsuhashi at smartpokerstudy.com. And I'd certainly recommend you go and visit there. And I've now got a really nicely configured set of heads-up displays for cash games. So value put in pot, pre-flop raises. The next one is how often someone's 3-bet. So I haven't. How often they've continuation bet. That's the next one there. Okay, I'm going to have a call on this one, I think. Let's see what this person does. Yep, call that. One of the characteristics of these tournaments, especially at the low stakes during the rebuy period, is that a lot of people play hands, so you're potentially up against a lot of people like that, for example. Now, this person has probably got something good because it's the first time they've raised pre-flop out of 12 potential hands. I'm going to call it because I think I've got a reasonably good hand too. I've got a flush draw and I got my flush. So that was a good move, right? And I just knocked out two players who can decide whether they want to rebuy or not. So now down to 399 and I'm in the top 25% at this stage. It doesn't mean a hell of a lot, but it's much easier to keep going when you're at the higher end of the group than at the lower end of the group. Okay, so that was the top one. At the bottom, how many big blinds you've got, and you'll see as the stakes go up, the number of big blinds go down, as opposed to a cash game where you're paying for the same amount all the time. Fold to continuation bet is something that's good to know, and how many hands you've got on the person to let you know whether it's actually worth knowing or not. So this person here, I've only got 13 hands, but I know that they're a calling station already at this stage. They're playing way too many hands. So I'm just going to color that yellow and put in the CS for calling station. Save that. And here we go. They're gone. Just a quick yellow there because they're going to disappear off the table. So if I come across that person, looks like he is rebuying, but he won't be on this hand, on this table, I don't think. Just check and see it. No, it's a different person now. I'm not playing that hand. So, Timmy here, pretty aggressive. They've played a third of hands. At each hand they've played, they've raised. Looking pretty loose aggressive, and I'm going to do that for now, even though it's only 10 hands, because it just gives me a trend analysis, if you like. So the trend for Timmy appears to be that whenever they play a hand, they only play a hand if they think it's a good hand. I don't know anything about position, but if it's not a good hand, they fold. If it is a playable hand by their way of thinking, they're, at this stage at least, always going to raise. So that's Timmy. Carol here, looking fairly riggish. Two pair. So a reasonably good balance between value and pot. Maybe. Okay, we've got a suited ace. And this person playing also loose aggressive, as in I'm going to call that. It's not a big cost. I've got 3-to-1 odds at this stage. I'd say I've got about a 33% chance of winning as well. So the flush isn't going to happen, but I got the ace. This is difficult, but I've got two pair. So let's see whether you still want to play with me. Yes. Thank you. I'll take that. So I was able to make that decision based on only a tiny number of hands, but the way that this person had bet on those tiny number of hands. Now, some people might say that's foolish, but I can justify that. And my stack, if you like, is my vindication. Could have gone either way, but it didn't. So I'll take it. Timmy continues to play the same way. I'm now sitting in 20th position out of 367, so reasonably confident with that. But just folding here, I guarantee you by the next hand I'll be lower than 20th. So Parker there. So I've played against Parker before, and I determined that they were a regular player. So far, they've only played 1 in 10 hands. They didn't raise, but I saw what they did previously, so that's another benefit because Pokertracker4 has remembered the information that I recorded previously. Now I'm going to try my luck again and see what happens. I'm certainly not keen on an all-in. This person's already quit though. He just put up a good game. At least I was saying that to someone else. So I'm keen on a call here. Hopefully see the flop and see whether there's an opportunity. They're going to go all in, I think. Also knowing that there's a potential for a rebuy. Am I right? Yes. So I've got 3 clubs, 2 top clubs. I've got top pair. I may not be alone in that. So I'm going to have to see what that does. Just a half pot. See what people's appetite is for taking me on. It's only 2 more aces, so let's start. Okay, they're interested. Another pot would be good. Yes, that's good. I'm going to do that again. Another half pot. See if they're still with me. They must get the message that I like my hand. So I've got a flush draw that didn't hit. Now, do I push them? Because they obviously like their hand as well. I'm going to check, which is potentially a sign of weakness. See whether they're going to just call. No, I'm going to have to call. Okay. Lucky. Very lucky. That was a little bit risky, but I'm in it to win it. Let's see what position that puts me in. It's got to be reasonably good. My aim is to get to the last 30 or 40 players with a serious stack, because the blinds are going to be something like 10,000, 20,000. Antes of 1,000, so 9,000 just for, if you folded every hand, you'd be down, what's that, $24,000. So you need a pretty big stack by the time you get there. I've been moved to another table. I'm going to move to the other side of town. And let's see what we have on this table. I'm in 7th place now. That's pretty cool. So I've been moving up, which is great. Of course, you get to a certain point, it's very difficult to stay there. Okay, I've got to fold that. I'm going to sacrifice what I've won. My stack gives me a nice buffer at the moment against the blinds. So I'm now on a table where I don't know anything about any of the players. So position becomes really important. Okay, players playing there. I'm the big stack on this table. What do you do? Yes, I know it's my turn, and I'm in early position, and I'm going to fold. No information on any of the other players. I don't need to play the hand. I get people playing like that, and I have no idea what they've got. Even if my hand was good, it's not worth the risk. Okay, I would have had a pair of kings, was not there. No diamonds, so that's a waste of time. And all in. Okay, it's a nice stack. Someone's got a 10, might be history. Either way, no, it's alright. I'm happy with that. I made a correct call. Ace 9, this is the second time I've had ace 9 suited. In fact, this is the second time I've had ace 9 of clubs, which is kind of interesting. So, what's going to happen now? And I've got a 9. I'm going to have to bet that. Well, I don't have to, but think it's okay too, but I'm not sure I want to bet that one. Let's see what they do. If he bets, I'm going to have to call. Committed now. King 8. And I've got it. I'm having a nice little run here. Of course, at this point in time, still 229 players. It's still rebuys. There's also 50,000 add-on after 45 minutes. I don't think we're only half an hour into this game stage, and I've been moved again. So I will be in the cutoff. Here we go. And I'm not going to be playing that hand. Victor H. Music, a fellow muso. You'll see there on my avatar, I play guitar, I write songs. I write songs about poker. And they've been featured on several poker podcasts. If you look up I Tilted by Luigi Capel, you'll find one of my poker songs. Okay, so I'm playing fairly fishy myself, but that's cool because I'm getting away with it. Sitting in 7th position, 208 people remaining. What I need to do is stay in 7th or better, but again, every hand there's a risk that someone's going to overtake me, push me back down. I'm pretty relaxed about it though. One of the things about 8th place, what ends up being a deep stack tournament, is that a double up can be significant. Obviously, there is the issue of relative stacks. If I'm playing against someone who's got less chips than I do, all I can win is the sum total of their chips. I get to double up. Oh, I've had a few of these now. They've been reasonably lucrative, but I'm in middle position, and yeah, so that's not looking so good. I've got over pairs, but I'd be happy with a check here. Yeah, see if the old plonker, and no, they don't want to play that game. See what happens now. I feel like I've perhaps ridden my luck a little bit. I'm down to 10th place now. That's what I was talking about. I don't know anything about that player or those, and I'm not going to take a chance. Now I'm going to be gutted if that turns into a straight. I mean a flush, but that's okay. No, it didn't. It was a good fold on my part, I think. Any pair beats me. An ace high beats me. We may find out. Yeah, definitely a good fold. 10 left me in the dirt. So I've dropped to 11th, but the other end is diminishing very quickly as well. It's down to 175, so that's going pretty quick. So let's see what happens here. All in for Victor Music. So they've got 4 hands on some of these players, which is nowhere near enough to know anything at all, really. Okay, big bet from Victor Music. That meant that the person with the kings, nominal triple up, and he's now ahead of me by more than 50%. Now, Maxim Makes it 60-20, so he's played 3 out of 5 hands going up, more than 3 out of 5 hands, and he's raised 1 in 3 hands. So pretty aggressive. I would hope that I'm the one person that he's not going to be super aggressive at, because he knows that I've got decent stack. That person has basically won the pot, and they knew that. I'm going to fold that one as well. They could afford to do that because the rebuys are still going, so they could have for 27 cents been up to 5,000 anyway. Eddie, notice I've got 13 hands on Eddie. So I've got him from previous games, and he's playing pretty well. Over the 31 hands he's played nutty, so I'm going to call him in it, even though he's been pretty aggressive these last 2 hands. Interesting to see what he's got. Being nutty, you would think that he's got a pair or ace king, ace queen, something like that. K9. That's what I call a dog. Yeah, he's the only loser out of those. Bye, Eddie. Be nice seeing you. Okay, so I'm on the button with nothing. I'll let those guys play it out. So very quickly there, I've dropped from 10th place to 20th, but there's only 146 left. So I'm still in the top 13%. So that's okay. I can sit there for a little while. Okay, I say he wants those chips. Now the only person he's playing against is someone that actually bet. But they've been pretty tight. No, they like it. Ace King, yeah, I get that. And they've already on the hand. I think he was hoping that no one would be betting on him. And we're on a break, so I will see you back here, same place, shortly. Okay, we've just started the first hand after the break. I'm in with pocket nines in the first hand, in late position. No callers at this stage. He's only got 120, so I'm definitely in for 3,000. Don't need to make it look like I'm thinking about it. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm potentially dominated here, but no one's ready to take that on. There's a potential flush draw there. Evident, no, look at that. That's interesting. Okay, let's see if there's any clubs. No clubs. I'll take it. Thank you very much. Ace 10. I've been reasonably lucky with, probably more lucky than I should be with ace 10s. I pocketed 3 times my bet. I would say I'm going to call that. See if I can get a cheap flop. And the only one in a late position, if those guys are smart and understand position. Oh my god, really? I mean, seriously? What are you? I'm not going to ask him that. You can have my 3,000. It's one way of winning. Not really my style. He didn't want any callers. And he's playing pretty leggy, so I'm going to, it's only 11 hands, I'm going to call him a leg. I feel like calling him a donkey after that hand, but that's okay. He really wanted it. Just a shame I didn't have pocket aces or kings. So I think I might have doubled up, but that's okay. Still sitting in 21st, top 20%. I'm not going to reward him with a comment. Very laggy person down here is Casper 67. I wonder why they did that. Really unnecessary and gone. Strange. Okay, should be in. What else have we got? The old plonker, 33 and no. It's almost a calling station. I'm going to fold that. I'm going to call him a fish, for want of a better definition. Ace, king, yeah, those are reasonable hands. Okay, so we've got another definition there. And over here, J.R. Roman, 0-0. You can't get much more nitty than that, can you? You're here to play a game. If you don't even play, you're not very likely to finish. Okay, I understand not wanting to play that hand, and he's gone. Interesting. I probably won't find out whether he ends up rebuying or not. I might just see it, but he'll be on another table if he does come back. But I wouldn't bother the way he's playing. You free roll, you can have a bit of fun, but that's not a hand that's not a playing style that's going to win you a tournament. You need to be a little bit on the aggressive side, at least when you have a halfway chance. Okay, so Maximus isn't playing. The old plonker is calling me. So his style is to call and see what happens on the flop, at least based on the 14 hands I've observed. Okay, that'll probably be a call there because he's committed 2000. Yeah, and we'll check it out and see what we come up with. So I've got a pair of nines and a flush draw. I think I might have to just test the waters here because don't do that to me. Yuck. What's he got? I'm gonna have to fold. I won't know. Okay, we come into the add-on period. So in this 2-minute period, what's going to happen is a little bit of a break, and I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, and I'm buying 50,000 add-on chips to give me 86,000 for 27 cents. It's not bad, eh? So I'm just going to pause this so you're not looking at blanks. Okay, we've just restarted. Obviously, I'm not competing this end. Maximus is going hard. I'd like to see someone play him because he's trying to be a bully at the moment. He's playing correct, really, I guess. It comes down to it. And nothing for me on the button. Okay. Maxi, who hasn't played the last 7 hands, is all in and does pretty well with it. Now, my leg here, I don't think he's going to, I think he's going to defend his big blind, so I'm going to fold. 23rd out of 93. What's really important at this stage of the game is that there are no more rebuys. When you're out, you're out. So I think everyone had the same thought that I did. So the style of play that people were playing before is going to be different to the style of play that they're playing now. They're going to play tighter. That was a good move. The antes alone are now providing 4,000 in the pot, so $11,500. It's giving you 3-1 odds if you've got no competitors for a call. this is kind of interesting. So I've got King 10 suited. I'm in middle position. I am going to fold. I'm folding because I'm concerned about him. Maybe I shouldn't have. That's a shame. I'm in with the gun and I've got to fold again. That's all right. I can afford to do that. Smirnoff's starting to get quite aggressive, which is interesting. So whilst I'm suggesting people are going to be a bit more passive because they can't rebuy, he's getting aggressive. And what's happening here? Is he going to stay aggressive? Yes, he is. He's got ace nine. And it sounds like the dog is worried about him. I'm not sticking with that. Right. Sorry, that was the dog. Someone's home from school and she wants to see what's going on. I'm not in for this hand. Donk shoes. I'm going to put on my donking shoes. First hand and 8 that this person's played. Jack ace. Good chance. Yep. Up off an old plonker. And I've got pair of fours. And the plonkers thinks he's got a good hand, especially if you're under the gun. And I'm not going to be playing so nitty. Fishy nitty. Okay. This is a pockets. And bye bye old plonker. I don't know why he felt he needed to do that, but I guess that's why he's a fish. Says he has fishy looking stats, but I'm being a little bit more cautious with mine. Okay, does anyone have top pair? They think they do. I think others will agree with them. Okay, not good enough for me. I'm folding. I'm sitting in 33rd now out of 76. I need to get back to the top 10, but I need the right hand to do that with. So I'm still okay as far as chips are concerned. I've got more than 10 big blinds. You know, I can afford to let a few other people fall by the wayside before I do. Maxi, no, look at that, all in. So donk shoes. You're gonna donk on out of here, or what? You're gonna raise fold. If that was a bluff. Actually, under the gun wasn't a great hand, but yeah. Try again. Ace 10 versus Jack Jack. Look, that might just do it this time. 8 9 10 Jack. 7 8 9 10. No, gone. Okay, he was right in his. I'm afraid I can't defend that. He's right in his image of himself, his self-image as a donk, which is why he's out of the game in around about 71st place. I guess he did good to get there because there were 100 players to start with. Oh, okay, so we have an all-in meaningless. That's a bit more meaningful. So this person's only just come to the table and really wants that pot. Rich pot. I'm onto the big blind with nothing. 68 players remaining and I'm 40th, so I really need to do a little better than that. Is this my chance? See what I can do. Oh, look at that, it's a raise and I'm going to have to call it. I hope this isn't the death of me. It's not a nice look. I wonder if they've got a pair. Yeah, I'm going to have to fold and I'm looking very sick all of a sudden. And I'm now down to 3 big blinds and whatever I play in my next hand is going to have to be all in. Can I come back from this? Didn't have enough information on that. Actually, looking at that, I would have had to call him anyway. So I need a couple of double ups. That's not it. The antes are 800. And down to 61st. Not good. Hmm. 6-2 going to win that. What a laugh. Okay. All right. I'm virtually all in on the next hand, so let's see if I can double or triple up any two cards. The nice thing is that there is that nice ante in the middle, so we'll see where that goes, but I really have to shove. All right, I have a suited ace, the worst suited ace, but it's still a suited ace. He has to know I'm going to call in anything. Doesn't mean that he's actually doing better than me. And let's see. Jack King. Okay, I've got my ace. I'm still looking okay, and I'm back with half the stack I had before, but I'm still back with something. And I have to hope that I can bully on this hand. If he doesn't do anything, then I'm all in. I'm going to call him anyway, because I really need to build my stack up, and he's pretty much saying he doesn't want any callers. He's playing rig, he's playing good. Ace 4, ace 5, look at that. I have the 5, and I'm sitting right back where I was before. As Winston Churchill said, never, ever, 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 ever give up. So I've gone from last position back to 24th position, and I'm still in there with a chance. I've got 11 big blinds, where I had 2 before. That's nice. Anything I can find from other players that I'm looking at. So this guy I had as a lag, but he's now become a reg. Oh, now that's good timing. So now I do want a caller potentially, unless someone's going to bet for me. Okay, I'm going to say I don't want anyone else calling, and I just hope that he doesn't have the aces, because I'd be so gutted. I'm hoping that he's wishing that he hadn't done that now. So he's playing, I was just changing him from a reg to a lag. Okay, so please don't give him another queen. Excellent. All right, look at that. Now I'm feeling a bit happier. I'm back in 7th place where I was a long time ago. That's kind of nice. So a minute ago, I had 20,000 in chips. I've done this at the casino too, where I've been down to 1 chip. Um, the second to last table, and I've cashed. Of course, I can't count my chickens because I'm a long way away from being in that top 10, but I'm closer than I was. Okay, you guys fight over it. I have 6, 7 clubs. Yeah, well, I'm definitely happy with my move. And it takes it away. I'm not in this hand. 43 players remaining. I'm still in 7th position. I think some of these players are going to start going all in. 43 players left. Okay, I've got suited connectors, but I don't want to raise. I don't want that. And I'm hoping that one of those players isn't going to be here in a minute because I'm definitely folding. So one's going to have loads of chips and the other one's going to have very little. Ace Queen versus Queen Queen. Okay, the ace is dominating now, and the person who started that is out of the game. Down to 42 players, 41 players, but I'm up to 9th position. Okay, so this is call. I'm just hoping he doesn't raise. Call. Okay, so I'm going to bet because I've got something. I don't know whether he had anything or not. And that's good. Happy with that. Folding this one. Still in 7th place and 41 players remain. Exciting. Okay, yellow there. I've got 11 hands on and they're playing nitty, but not enough hands. Neptuno from Argentina. 32 hands, 16 and no. That's pretty fishy, if you ask me. So we're going to put him down as a fish. Profitable fishy, but still fishy. It's doing well. It's ahead of me. Okay. I'm folding. This person here, Jean-Marc, not Jean, sorry. French Canadian. Very nitty. I feel nitty. He feels nitty. I am fishy. Sorry about that. So we'll save that. And let's see what else is happening. Okay, I am not calling $40,000 with 9 offsuit. 37. I'm just edging out of the top 10, or I'm still in the top 10 and top 25%. But anything's possible here. Okay, ace 5 versus 10-10. Probably the pair is going to win. Pockets. As we call a made hand. Okay, so I'm now on another hand, on another table. And it looks like I may be playing players again that I have no information on. 36 players left. In with a chance. I don't rate myself, but I'm in with a chance. If I play cautiously, I've got a chance. But if I have a decent pocket, I've probably got to play for that as well. But I think I need to really look at my position because I've been known on occasion to back a hand that had potential but wasn't the nuts and bow out of a competition. I've already had one go at almost bowing out of this competition previously when I was down to 20,000 chips. So I need to have another go. Okay, so people are playing a little tighter. 33 players remain. That's not quite so tight. I think you can probably take that one away. Yep. under the gun. I'm definitely not playing 5-3 offsuit. Okay, 10th, and there's 33 players remaining. So what do we make of that? That's what, 4 tables. And my goal is to survive to the final table. I've got a better chance than some, but a double up is enough to make or break a player at this stage. Antes are going up to $2,000 in a minute. That's pretty significant. Okay, the ace is beating the nines, and that's what I was talking about before, the double up. So Rafa has just donated a reasonable chunk of his stack. Note, he's a lag, and I hadn't actually recorded that, so I must have actually played against him on a previous table. So let's just mark that zone as a lag. Lost like Fargo, just fold everyone. Just let me have it. That would be a really nice pot for me. It'd bring me up over the $200,000. 32 players to go. You should be cautious having just lost. Don't tilt. Good. Fold. No. Someone else wants to play that stupid game. Which is a real shame because I cannot afford to do that on 10 jack. It's a great drawing hand. One of the best hands you can get when it comes to straights. That's kind of frustrating. Drops me straight to 13th out of 31, and I'm not going to be playing the king 8 either. So I'm now going to have to rely on some brain farts from other players or a nice pocket aces, kings or queens. Premium hand, premium made hand. I'm just going to prepare to risk half of his stack. He's basically trying to put that person all in. Are they going to do it? Reasonable chance that they will, even though they're tight as, or appear to be. Only 4 hands on that player. No, not that tight. Okay, so 9-10, I'm not into that. 30 players remaining. This is getting reasonably intense. I will not be calling 9-10 off, but I'm hoping that there's going to be some action from other players. It's not hitting behind me, so is he going to defend a small blind? I wouldn't be surprised if he did, that Lost Like Fargo would put them all in. No, he's not going to do it. Yeah, he's sitting safely on the button now. Still 30 remaining. I'm cut off with rubbish, rags. Rafa's having another go. It's like a Spanish name, isn't it? What is he? Brazilian. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. So we have another all in there, which is good. He's in late position. Is he thinking about it? Is he stalling? Sometimes you see people just going slow, hoping that in the meantime someone else is going to go out. He should be playing reasonably tight. He's been playing tight all along. Probably won't call it. She's rougher with a nice bet for not too much. Okay, fairly even, but he's got 10 and away he goes. Here is gone and we'll be down to 29 players. Yuck. So I had to pay 3,000 in ante for that. That kind of sucks. 28 players, I'm sitting in 15th. A double up would just see me nicely. So we're down to, all but down to 3 tables. Okay, all in. Is anyone going to call on? I couldn't imagine it. Which gives them just a nice bully. If this is a tournament where first place got 10 times as much as 10th place, that would be a call, but I can't imagine that it would be a call in this situation, especially how tight that person's been playing. Okay, another 3,000 gone. We're down to 25 players, and I'm not playing 2-9 off. Don't think I need to explain that one. Okay, so Shigani 10-0, 10%. So he's played one hand other than the blinds in the 10 hands that I've played. 2,500 people already in that tournament. And there's $10 million in prize money. I want a ticket in that tournament. That's what I'm sitting here for. 22 left to go. I'm sitting in 14th place, so I'm not lost. But yeah, when I get my big blind, it's going to cost me $40,000 just for a big blind. So we're getting pretty serious here. Okay, this is getting pretty serious as well. $200,000 at stake here. Yep, I thought we'd be all in. And does Rafa think he's got a chance? Raphael thinks he's got a chance. King 5. No. Boy, did he blow that. Okay, now I'm in a difficult situation here because I have to call it. And this is the sort of hand that can make or break me. I have to call. Debatable whether I should have gone all in, but Didi could have afforded to put me all in. Question now is, are people going to play tight because we're down to the last 21 players, or is someone going to go nuts? I've got a reasonable chance here, but I really don't want to be contesting it with more than one or two players, and I don't really want to be having to put more money in. Rafa could just tilt and go all in at this point. Hopefully not. Good. Call. Check. Check. Don't be a miserable fish. Nice. Okay, so I have a jack. It's a two-tone board. They've both checked. I'm going to have to now because I really don't want anyone calling me. So don't do it. Nick fold. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, so I can breathe again. I'm in 11th place and I've got a few more blinds up my sleeve and there's 19 players left. I really feel like I've got a chance here. Okay, we're getting into some serious betting because the lines, as I said, are now very high. Rafa's gone all in. 20,000, 40,000. Rodrigo's going to have to be all in. $674 left. Neptuno doesn't have to be. Okay, so let's see what we got. Ace, Queen, we've got diamonds. And more players gone. And I've been moved to another table. So that would be 17 players left, probably. Yes, and I'm sitting in 11th. Okay, and unfortunately I am going to be big blind in the next hand, but that's okay. We're down to two tables, 16 players left. Oh, this is getting a little bit intense. At this point, potentially have to be pretty tight and try and restrain myself or hope for the nuts. Okay, so this is costing me 40,000. No, whoa, that was lucky. That was very lucky. So I get to miss out on those blinds and I'm down to 10th. That is amazable. So we get to the desperation level for some players who basically have to play. Shigani now basically has to go all in. No point not going all in. No, he's going to hope that he has a better hand next hand. That's fine. Okay, I'm not playing that hand. I'll donate my $5,000. Look at that. The antis are now contributing $40,000 to the pot. That's pretty serious. I can afford to chip off $5,000 around and $6,000 around in 2 minutes. 30,000, 60,000 is going to hurt. But I've only got 5 players behind me now, 15 players to go. So I have a genuine chance of getting in the top 10, not counting my chickens. Okay, Shigani is staying in. Marlonk just gives away not that much really in terms of their stack. Now I'm sitting the bottom 2/3 and people that have got the big stacks, more than double my stack, another all in there. I'm definitely not betting with my $214,000, which will be 208 in a minute. I'm just happy that I've got more than 200,000 for now. 15 players, one all in here. Surely people are going to play tight now. I guess the people that are knowing that they only have to be in the top 10, the people that have got 500,000 can afford to be a little more aggressive. So, has Nesta got a chance? What are these guys going to do? There's $200,000 in the pot, pretty much. They don't actually have to bet, and they're not. If one of them had a 9, they might. Okay, testing the waters. And Jack Queen, no. So that brings us down to 14 players. So an easy decision there for me, and I'm in 9th place. I've got one position of breathing space. They're going to play just for the hell of it. They're looking like a, no, sitting out. No, just timed out. Okay, well, I'm not playing that hand. Ooh, exciting. Not sure I need this level of excitement. I'll be happy with it if I can stay in the top 10. Otherwise, I'll be absolutely gutted. So is he going to defend his blind? We might as well, just to see what happens. And it beats time. No, not even going to bother. That means that the blind is coming up at me pretty quickly. So what this guy's going to do, just when everyone gets super tight, those blinds are massive, and in 2 minutes they're going to 40-80. So I guess I should be happy that they're 25-50 at this stage, because to 80,000, that's a massive big blind. So what are you going to do? Lost like Fargo. Very tight. Okay, so now I'm in that big blind. It's going to cost me $60,000, and I've got pockets. See, this is where someone can make me eat my hat or do something silly. I've got a made hand. It's not a good made hand. Hopefully everyone continues to play super tight, because I've got the potential to win this one. Don't do anything stupid. Okay, I'm going to have to fold my pockets with great regret. And look at that, I'm suddenly down to 100,000. And that probably puts me up around the 12th position. The only good thing is that I don't have any more blinds for a little while. I'm definitely not calling this. And whilst I'm in 10th place, I feel 11th place, 13 players left. I'm definitely not feeling like I'm in a positive position right now. No idea what's going on the other table. I've got 38 seconds in my time bank. So do I slow things down and wait for a minute? I think I do. It's not a strategy that I like, but I'll use anything that I've got up my sleeve at this stage, because anything's possible. So I'm about to start my time clock. I'm not going to go long, maybe just 10 seconds. for what it's worth. And fold, and now I'm on the, oh, look at that hand for hand play. This is getting close to the final 10 if you're seeing hand for hand play. So it probably means one or more people are all in on the other table. That's what I was wondering about. And I've got a few hands before I have to pay that big blind again, because I've only got 2 big blinds left. If you can hear any noise, it's very wet outside. Persisting down. Okay, so still got 13 players. Someone's definitely going to call that all in. It ain't going to be me. King 6 offsuit. I'm desperately hanging on for grim death. Okay, we have one player there. As I said, I'm not. I'm going to fold. He'll fold as well. Yep, so I got a 3-way pot there. Did I have a king? Yeah, I did. That's all right. I still would never have played it. And these guys are checking out. And, okay, so we're down to 12 players. I do not want to be the bubble. 11 players. One person has to go before me. Okay, this is a thriller. An absolute thriller. I am going to also slow things down a little bit and hope that there's someone on the other table, because so close it's not funny. So I think that's another 10 seconds there, and hopefully it's hand for hand play and someone all in on the other table. This is serious, very, very serious. Okay, what are we going to do here? Is they're gonna call? No. Hand to hand play? No, no hand to hand play, and we're still sitting on. I'm in last position, so I've got one more blind to save me, and I need to be in the winning seat. I cannot afford to have someone beat me at this point of the game. One more blind and then I'd be all in. I do not want to reach that position. So what's going to happen? It's looking pretty bad for me, pretty dire at this stage. Still no hand play, and that is not the hand that I want to see. So I'm going to have to wear the clock down again, because the next hand I am all in and I'm potentially in serious trouble. The only thing that can save me really is someone on the other table. Okay, let's see what happens. Lady Luck, look after me, please. This is not looking brilliant. Everyone just needs to hold tight. Look after me. No. Here we go. Okay, I'm all in. Don't want anyone calling. Be nice to me. This person would have to call. The others should just fold. And no, why would you do that? It lets him off the hook and potentially means that if he's got something better than my clubs, I'm gone. King. I need a king. I need a king. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just need to say, oh my goodness. My chat's turned off. I can't even say that. Oh, I have a chance now. I have a chance. I'm back in 10th place. I'm not last anymore. I am not going to bet my 50,000, because I'm now in a situation where there's someone worse off than me. And even though I like ace suited, I think I like not playing ace suited at this point. So I will fold. And I've now, okay, we're in hand for hand play again. So there's someone worse off than me on the other table. And just hoping that they bow out the other end. I'll be more than happy to come in 10th place, which would be a fantastic result if I can achieve that. No, I'm still not there. I'm still not there. I'm not there. I'm in 10th position. I can't stall. I don't have a hand. We have an all-in. No one's going to call him. That would be stupid. Yes, they are going to call him. Wow. Okay. Is that going to be the end of the game? Queens, ace? No, probably not. Queens are probably going to make it. Yes. Wow. Okay. Hand for hand. Please bomb out the other end. No. Another rubbish hand. I can handle the $10,000, but I can't handle a bet unless I had aces or kings, or maybe queens. But it's just ugly when you have a good made hand and you come out the other end. Yeah, nice. Like that. Okay, what's the jackal going to do? They're going to call, so that takes up time, soaks up time. And I've got a couple more hands before I'm all in again. I don't want to get to that point. What are they going to do? Okay, check it out. Take time. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, I did it! Yes, you beauty! Okay, you saw it here, folks. I won the tournament, and I'm now got a ticket in the $22 tournament, and you saw it all here. Thank you very much to Pokertracker4 for helping me make that. Whoa, it was stressful. I'll put a link to Pokertracker4 in the show notes. Ciao.